morning, good morning. Spirit is definitely in this place. Spirit is in this place because you are in this place. And Spirit is all around us, in us, through us, as us. And as you can tell, we have the amazing, wonderful, talented Denise Rosier with us this morning to bless us with her music. If you're not familiar yet with Denise, you will be, and you can also find out more about her at deniserosier.com. We're so blessed that she's here, blessed that you have us here, have you here as always. And Denise is going to be doing several of her songs this morning. We're going to be weaving together some talking. I'm going to talk some, she's going to sing some, and she's actually going to let me sing a little bit with her, so I'm excited about that as well. So, welcome to those of you who are here in the sanctuary. We're so glad that you weathered the weather and came out to be here with us to bring your spirit and your energy here this morning. We're so glad that those of you who are joining us virtually on YouTube or Facebook are joining us as well. We want you to know that we are a loving, welcoming, affirming community, and we welcome you whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey or in your life journey. We want you to know that you are welcome to be a part of this community and everything that we do here. So if you are new to us and you have any questions, please call us or send us an email or whatever. But if you are watching us on, wait a minute, let me go back. Where are we at? Newsletter. I'm not seeing anything back here, so maybe I'm getting confused, or I'm always confused anyway. But anyway, if you would like to subscribe to our newsletter, if those of you who are watching or those of you who are in the congregation today, you can go to our website, which is unitydenver.org. The bottom of the home page, there's a button you can click on, and it will take you to a page where you can subscribe to our newsletter that goes out every Friday morning. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so that you are notified every time we go live on YouTube. On Facebook, please like our page, and I think you can subscribe there too, but I don't really remember how that works. If you'd like to download our app, we have an app that you can download on your smart device. Text Unity Denver, one word, all lowercase, space APP, to 77977. You'll get a text that will give you a link. Click on the link and you can download our app where you can watch past services. You can sign up for classes or workshops or whatever happens here. You can make donations through the app, so it's a great thing to have, a great tool for you to have. And again, if none of that works for you, send us an email at info@unitydenver.org and we will respond to you as quickly as we possibly can. We really want to know that you are engaged, and I forgot this on my list, but if you are new to us and you have found us online, we do have an online guest card on our website, and we would love for you to go in and complete that so we have a record of who you are and how we might get in touch with you, and if you have any questions, you can give us some feedback and questions there as well. So I have a few announcements as well that I'd like to share with you this morning as we get started. As always, at 11:15 on Sunday morning, our Youth and Family Ministry Director, Natalie Simons, has created a children's lesson. So those of you who are at home watching and you have children, or even if you don't have children, I encourage you to tune into those lessons. They are wonderful lessons for all of us, not just for children. So today's lesson is Steady Like a Mountain. June 2nd, which is this coming Wednesday, I will be facilitating our contemplative service. We have opened that up for you to come in person if you would like, and it will also be live streamed. So if you'd like to come, we are asking that you go ahead and make a reservation online if you'd like to be here. And speaking of reservations, next week, June 6th, we are changing our protocols a bit for in-person services. You know, the CDC has come out with new guidelines. The state of Colorado has relaxed some of the guidelines. And so we are going to no longer require reservations. We are also no longer going to require masks. We do ask that if you're not vaccinated, that you do wear a mask, really just to protect other people and yourself. But that's really, you know, it's up to you. It's your choice. And we just ask that you be considerate of everybody concerned as you make that choice. And also, since we're not using the reservation system. You will have your choice of seat when you come in, and again, we just ask that you be respectful of other people. If other people would like distance, just observe social distance as much as possible. Is there anything else about that? I think that's all. So next week, if you're watching and you haven't come for some reason, maybe that was a reason, please feel free to join us next Sunday. We will be glad to have you. In the fall, September 3rd through the 5th, there is a group of women who have been gathering to create a women's retreat. And now it was women's retreat, so let me back up a little bit. Now it is a feminine energy retreat. They have been very committed and dedicated in this group to extend that to be inclusive, not only of cisgender women, but also transgender and other feminine energy, feminine expression, gender expression. So they really want to be inclusive of those who identify more with feminine energy. So they changed the name, and they're taking great strides in doing that and in educating themselves and us. We're all going to be offering some additional education about that in the coming month. So be on the lookout for that announcement. So thank you, those of you who are here and those of you who are watching, who are part of that team, for bringing that to the forefront of our consciousness. And in support of that, they are doing a garage sale on June 12th at C.J. Cullinan's house. So if you're doing some spring cleaning out your garage or your basement or whatever, and you want to donate some things to that sale, please contact, we don't want to put CJ's contact out there, but there it is, there on your screen. So call her if you have any questions, or email her, or email the office if you have questions about that, and we will get you directed to the right place. And then lastly, on June 19th, the week after that, we will be having a cleanup day here, or at least a morning. The garden out there on the north side definitely needs some attention. So if you like to garden and you'd like to be outside and have some socialization with some of your friends here, and you have some gardening experience, or even if you don't, you just don't know how to pull weeds, come and be a part of that. We'd love to have you come and participate in that. I think what are we doing, 8 to 11, I think, on Saturday morning. And I think that's all for now. So, as we begin our day here spiritually, we want to drop into the energy. So I just invite you to take a breath. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to tone this bowl. And I just invite you to be in the vibration of the energy. As you allow it to connect with your heart, this bowl is tuned to F, which is the tone of the heart center. So I just invite you to breathe into your heart as you listen to the tone, and allow it to open your heart center as we come together in heart today.
Love Sweet words of wisdom fill my ears. Your words like water keep my soul sustained. Let them rain, let them rain.
So as you know, tomorrow is the day we celebrate Memorial Day. So I want to recognize that and recognize those who gave their lives in service to our country, to the idea of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness for all people. So I want to light this candle in honor of them. And I want to share something with you that I found online many years ago, and unfortunately I cannot find an attribution for it, but it's a letter written by a veteran. And unfortunately, as I said, I don't have this man's name. As a World War II Army veteran with 3 years overseas, I believe I've earned the right to speak about Memorial Day, originally called Decoration Day, in a whole different context. Last Memorial Day, I went to a veterans cemetery, sat with a crowd of devout people, listened to stirring speeches, stood up and saluted as taps was played. Then left for home, satisfied that I paid my respects to those who were killed in wars, but wondering why all these young men had to die in the first place. In short, what are we doing with our lives that makes Memorial Day necessary? Memorial Day is a day of remembrance for those who have died in our nation's service. The day was originally proclaimed on May 5th, 1868 by General John Logan, National Commander of the Grand Army of the Republic. Predictably, the North and South fought over the date for centuries, until finally it is now celebrated in almost every state as the first Monday in May to ensure a 3-day weekend for federal holidays. What else? These days, however, we have forgotten the meaning of Memorial Day. Military grave sites are ignored or forgotten. Flag etiquette has become an oddity. Towns across America haven't had a parade in decades. Many people feel that Congress should shoulder the blame. When they turned Memorial Day into a 3-day weekend, people got distracted from the spirit and meaning of the day. To remind people of what Memorial Day means, the National Moment of Remembrance resolution was passed on December 2000. It asks that at 3 p.m. local time for all Americans to voluntarily and informally observe a moment of remembrance and respect, pausing from whatever they are doing for a moment of silence or listening to taps. This, to me, is a commendable effort, but falls short. Like watching a good movie but missing the plot, or casually eating an apple and forgetting the creative power of the seed. Better than a Remembrance Day would be a Forgiveness Day, where we use the same moment of silence to ask Almighty God to forgive us our material propensities for hate and greed and arrogance and power that foment war. That we have buried the thought of killing each other. That war is no longer an option because the very thought of war never enters the mind. That you, Lord, created us perfect in whatever form we take, and realizing in the heart and mind that perfection is ours forever because, quote, God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. Holding to that thought and reaffirming it in our moments of silence on Forgiveness Day could indeed start making the needs for war obsolete, making killing other human beings unthinkable. And we might change us as people, and it might well change us as a people and save America, our homeland. It's commendable and proper that we memorialize our war dead each year. But I pray that someday we have no Memorial Day, because with no wars, there will be no more dead soldiers to remember. So I invite you to take a moment and close your eyes. Take a deep breath and allow that breath to bring your awareness into this moment. And I invite you in this space of silence in your own being, in your own heart, to call to mind anyone that you know, anyone who died in war. And we remember them in the silence of our own hearts. And we feel the gratitude, appreciation for those who are willing and were willing to make that sacrifice. For the idea, the grand idea of America, the land of the free. The land of the free and the home of the brave, where all are created equal, where we know the sacred worth of all life, and where we hold that most dear. And so we remember them in our hearts today. And take a moment now to remember others in your life, maybe those who have passed this year, made their transitions from whatever cause. And we remember them as well today. As we call to the awareness of the truth of our eternal life, we know, we celebrate that as well. that even though we pass from this life experience, our spirits are eternal. And so just allow yourself to breathe into that. To give thanks and remembrance. And together, let's hold a vision. Hold a vision for a world in which we see no other, in which we know that we are one, in which we come together in love, where there certainly is no more need to kill each other, no more desire to harm another. And we hold that vision in our hearts. See that as the truth. So just in a few moments of silence, just be with that. And just breathe into that. And just feel yourself supported in this space, in this energy, supported by the others here in this space, supported by the air that you breathe, supported by Mother Earth, your physical body supported by the chair. And know that in this moment, life, peace, love is the truth.
Peace like love in me.
Let's take a breath. Come back into the space. Breathing normally, naturally, allowing life to breathe as you. So several years ago, there was a commercial on television about a Visa credit card. And I remember this commercial vividly. Obviously, they did a really good job of getting their point across because it has stuck with me. And I remember the setting of this commercial where they are in this, like a cafeteria. These people are in a cafeteria. And they're going through the line, and they're getting their food, and they're dancing, and they're singing, and they're flowing, and everything is just moving so easily and effortlessly. And they're just throwing stuff out. I can see them taking bottles out of the case and just tossing them around, and everything is just landing perfectly. Life was just good. And everybody's moving through the line, and they're going up to the cash register and giving them their Visa card, and they just move right on through. But then that one person goes through the line and has cash, and then everything falls apart. Everything just stops. And I think even before everything was in color, and at that point everything went black and white. So it was a very effective ad campaign, and their slogan was, "Life takes Visa." That if you have Visa, then you are going to be in the flow of life. And so today I want to talk about that life takes Visa. I'm not talking about a credit card, although those can come in handy sometimes. They can be a little dangerous sometimes too, if they're in my hands. But life takes Visa. Visa being an acronym for vision, intention, surrender, and action. Vision, intention, surrender, and action. So life takes Visa. And when I say vision, I'm talking about a higher vision. That life, when we are engaged in life, it is so important for us to have a vision for our lives. And I'm talking about connecting to a greater mind than ours. To grasp that vision, to catch the vision, a higher vision for our lives. And I don't mean just for our lives. I mean for our community. I mean for the world. Just like we were talking about in the meditation or in that reading. Have a vision for a world. Our vision statement here is a spiritually transformed world, a spiritually awakened world living oneness. That's a big vision. A spiritually awakened world living oneness. We all know we are one. We know who we are. We work together. We live in harmony together. We don't need to fight. We don't need we don't need to be greedy. We don't need to grab for things. We can share. A world where we come together in that. That's a big vision. And then how do we as a community help to bring that about? And then how do we as individuals help to bring that about? A vision for the world, a vision for our community, and a vision for myself and for yourself for how we are going to do that. Sometimes I think we think about vision. I want a vision for my life. I want to envision my life. I want to be rich. I want to live in this beautiful home. I want to drive big fancy cars. I want to have all this money. And that's an okay vision. I'm not saying it's a bad vision. But what I want to say to us is that if our vision for our lives does not include how we can serve the world, then it's not a higher vision. If the vision for your life does not include how you can serve the world through your vision, it's not a higher vision. So I'm talking about catching the higher vision. How can we contribute to that world that we truly want to live in? And how can we connect with that divine mind in order to see that vision, to see our part in it collectively, and to see our part in it individually? Catch a higher vision. And the other aspect of that for me is using our physical vision to see how that is already being manifested. We sometimes use our physical vision and our senses to observe the negative. How are things not showing up? How are things wrong? What is wrong with the world? And if you want to know what's wrong with the world, just turn on the news. They will tell you. If you want to find what's going right with the world, you're going to have to search for it outside of the news. But I want to invite us to begin to search for how are things going well? How is the kingdom of heaven being demonstrated upon the earth? Jesus said in the Gospel of Thomas, the kingdom is spread among the earth, but you just don't see it. We have to open our eyes. Now, I'm not saying we need to be blind to what is going on in the world. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that when we focus our vision on what is going right with the world, it can inspire us to then move forward into doing what we can do to assist those things where we might see that energy lacking. But you see, we don't want to bring energy to something in the world that is negative. I don't want to be looking at the world and say, oh, that's horrible, that's awful, I'm going to be in fear about that. We don't want to bring that energy to the world, do we? We want to bring a higher vision to the world. I want to bring a higher vision to my life. I want to bring a higher vision to this community. I want to bring a higher vision to the world. And so our opportunity is to focus on that first. Allow that energy to be our truth, and then look at, there's need in the world. There's stuff going on in the world that we can contribute to from a higher vision. Lift our vision and approach the world from that place. So I want to challenge you this week to look for the good. Look for how the good is showing up in your life. Look how the kingdom of love is expressing in your life. Then look how the kingdom of love is expressing, the kingdom of God, however you want to term that, is expressing in the world around you. Connect with that vision and move from there. Connect with that higher vision, and then use your vision to see it happening all around you. You ready?
It's all about all of us. I've heard it said that we're small and alone on our path. But my mind is set on a life greater than that. And my heart is open wide. My heart will be open wide. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that. I am that. All the joy and love that a life can hold. I am that. I am that. All that's good. All that's good. Some say the answers I seek are found on my knees. But I listen inside to the whisper, I'm all that I need. And my heart is open wide. My heart will be open wide. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that. I am
Lisa's singing because I always want to sing along, and I know it'll pick me up if I don't turn it off. I think I've kind of worn out some of Denise's CDs, so anyway, I know most of all of your songs. That's how much I love Denise's writing and her music. So anyway, that's a side note. Anyway, Visa, vision, intention is the next step of that. I just started reading once again Wayne Dyer's book, The Power of Intention. And in that book, he talks about this, there's a power of intention that we are all a part of. It is that aspect or the energy of God, the divine, the life source energy that intended everything into being. That life force energy that intended you into being. And that in life force energy that intended everything into being is beauty and it's love and it's inclusivity and it's order and it's harmony. It's all of those ideas that we associate with that, and we can connect with this power of intention through meditation, through dancing, through yoga, through whatever, singing. We can connect with that when we move ourselves away from this conscious thinking mind, this monkey mind that we often get involved in. We can connect with that power. There's a power of intention that we are all a part of. And as we connect with that, then we individually get to use the power of our minds to set a very clear intention. I used to use the analogy of turning a radio dial, but we don't have radio dials anymore, to set to the frequency that we want to attune to, set our intention. But I think a better analogy for us today is this idea of a navigation device. I know many of you, most of all of us, have used some navigation device, whether it's in your car or it's on your smartphone or whatever. You plug in where you want to go, and this navigation device gets you there. That's the way I think about intention. What do I intend? Where do I want to go? What is it that I want to achieve? What is it that I want to contribute to the world, to this world that celebrates oneness, that celebrates love? What do I want to contribute to that? And we can plug that into this navigation device. And remember that the navigation device, it's such a great analogy because I don't even know how it works, but it receives all of this energy, all of this information from everybody else's devices. And it can orchestrate all of that. It can tell you where the traffic jams are. It tells you a new route to take if you get blocked. It tells you all of the ways to achieve, to get where you want to go. And we have access to this power of intention that has all of that information, has a higher perspective than we have, can see the road ahead, can see what we might be facing. We can plug in our intention, and then we can follow that inner guidance to get there. And trust it. Trust it to guide us there. So connect with that higher power that is the qualities of God that we think about: love and peace and connection and harmony and order and beauty and all of that. Connect with that and then set your intention from that connection to what it is that I want to contribute. Plug that into your mind and keep it conscious. Don't turn it off. You know, sometimes when we plug it into our smart device and we accidentally hit exit and we wonder what's going on? Don't hit exit. Keep it conscious and trust that it will guide you. Right?
You are the light of creation. Time is unbound in your hand. You set my life into motion. You see me where I stand. Spirit of my breath, Spirit of my prayers, Spirit of everything, everywhere in my life be magnified. Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine. Your love is far beyond measure, lifting me higher each day. Darkness is part of the journey, still you are my light and my way. Spirit of my breath, Spirit of my prayers, Spirit of everything, everywhere in my life be magnified. Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine. Spirit of my breath, Spirit of my prayers, Spirit of everything, everywhere in my life be magnified. Spirit of my breath, Spirit of my prayers, Spirit of everything, everywhere in my life be magnified. Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine, Spirit of mine.
Thank you, Denise. So we have vision, we have intention, and the S is surrender. I was just talking about that intention where you plug in where you want to go, what you want to do, like that navigation device, you plug it in. But how many of us do that and then we say, nah, I know a better way. I think I'll just go my own way. And then sometimes we do that and sometimes we hit a traffic jam. We get into a rough spot that we might not have gotten into if we just trusted. So we surrender the idea sometimes that we know better. As Jesus so famously said, not my will, but thy will be done. We have to trust that that which knows more, that which is the mind of God, actually does have more information than we do. But we can tap into it. And it will guide us, it will direct us. And I know that's sometimes challenging. It is for me. To surrender, to let go, to think that I can just be and follow a higher knowing, a higher guidance. Because how many of us are so caught up in doing, But sometimes, Spirit's guidance may just be to stop and wait. That's the hardest one for me. To just stop and wait. You know, we've heard that saying, don't just sit there, do something. What if the opposite is more true? Don't just do something, sit there. And wait for the next guidance. So surrender my idea and trust the higher mind. The other piece of surrender that is so important for us is to surrender our ideas of lack, of limitation, to surrender the idea that I can't, to surrender the idea that I'm not worthy, to surrender the idea that we are in any way really limited. When we are connected to that power, holding that vision, connected to that power of intention, I believe we would be surprised. I know that I have been surprised at some of the things I've been able to do, or that Spirit has been able to do through me. I bet you've experienced that as well, haven't you? To let go, surrender any idea that you can't. With God, all things are possible, right? So vision, intention, surrender.
When a step seems too hard to take, every turn feels like a big mistake, makes you want to close your eyes and hide. Trust yourself, even if you're scared. Don't give up, don't give in to fear. All the strength you seek, you'll find inside. Out in the open, step into the spotlight and shine. Be the change, fall like a domino, a chain reaction that sets the world aglow. Be amazed at how it falls in line. Open up.
So we have vision, intention, surrender, and the last piece of that is action. And what I mean by action, again, I don't mean just doing something. Just doing something because you think you have to do something. I'm talking about action that is inspired. Inspired action that comes from our connection, our vision, holding that vision. Holding the vision for the world, the higher vision, and the vision for our community, and the vision for ourselves and how it fits together. Setting a very clear intention about that. Surrendering to that Spirit to guide you. And then listening for the next right thing. And taking action that is inspired. But what I mean by that is just allowing ourselves to be the vessel. To be the vessel for God, the vessel for Spirit. To have its life in us. That takes some willingness to surrender. And to take the action that's been inspired. Sometimes it may not make any sense to you. It may not make rational sense. But what I believe about that is that we can know whether an action is in alignment with our vision and intention and that power of surrender. We can feel it. We can sense into it. Even if there's some sense of anxiety, it could be anticipation. But I think we know. Don't you know when you check in? When you check in with the guidance, don't you know at the very gut level whether it's yours to do or not? I believe we do. And it does require us to take some action. If we want to create a world in which everyone knows that they belong, in which everyone's needs are met, in which everyone lives in harmony and love together, then we have to hold that vision. We have to set a very clear intention. We have to surrender to Spirit, and then we get to do something. To do whatever Spirit guides us to do. And that will be different for each of us. But we do it in service. In service to the divine life within us and the divine life within the others, within each other. It truly is, when we're in that place, God serving God. And I believe that's why we're here. I believe if we all did that, that vision would be realized in no time. So wrapping that up, vision, catch that higher vision. Use your vision to see how that's manifesting in your life and in the world. Set a very clear intention to connect with the power of intention. Surrender to that power within you. And surrender any idea of lack or limitation, or I can't, or I'm not worthy. And then from that place, allow Spirit to move through you to serve the world. And know that in serving others, you are served. We sometimes forget that. So, take a breath, close your eyes if you're safe, you feel safe and comfortable to do that. As we just breathe, we breathe consciously. And we breathe into our hearts, into that space within where we are truly, deeply connected to the awareness of the divine life energy, God, Source. And it is in that place that we open ourselves up to that higher vision for the world. Behold, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the former things had passed away. As we hold that vision, as we connect in that space with this power of intention, of love and peace and harmony and light, order, inclusivity. And we breathe, and at the breath, surrender into that. Surrender into that awareness. All of our doubts, all of our fears, all of our not enoughness. And from that deep place within our hearts, within our connection with the divine, we allow that awareness to rise up into our minds, to inspire us into action. What is ours to do? So I invite you, just as a few moments in the silence today, I invite you just to be with that for a time. Invite it, allow whatever needs to be revealed to you to be revealed in the silence of your own heart.
My love is a river overflowing. My soul is a fire with embers glowing. I am the essence of divine expression. I am a vessel of God. I am a vessel of God. My hands reach down to the meek and the helpless. My legs stand up for the ones without voices. I march to the beat of a servant's heart. I am a vessel of God. I am a vessel of God. My words speak of comfort and acceptance. My actions spring from a place of wholeness. My light shines on and on. I am a vessel of God. I am a vessel of God. I am a vessel of God. that power. Fill me with that love. Fill me with that spirit. Fill me with that goodness. Fill me with that power. Fill me with that love. Fill me with that spirit. Fill me with that goodness. Fill me with that power. Fill me with that love. Fill me with that spirit. Fill me with that goodness. Fill me with that power. Fill me with that love. I am a vessel of God. I am a vessel of God.
Thank you, Denise. So now is a time in our service where we would be collecting an offering. We want to let you know, those of you who are in the sanctuary, there are baskets behind you as you leave. You can deposit your donation there. Those of you who are watching online, there are many ways for you to do that, and you'll see on your screen those options. So I invite you now to say our offertory blessing with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am thankful.
In spirit love, my life is found. My breath, my light, my strength, my all. In perfect peace, on solid ground, I walk this world unharmed, unbound. Their tears draw near, I'm never far from spirit's mind, from spirit's heart. My comforter, my mighty tower, in spirit's love, my life is found. In spirit's eyes, I am whole, in flesh and bone, in mind and soul, unblemished in sweet holy life. I am God's and God is mine. Though tears draw near, I'm never far from spirit's mind, from spirit's heart. My comforter, my mighty tower, in spirit's love, my life is found. Hallelujah. 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 In spirit's world, I stand amazed at mighty power creates in every hue and every size. So it is, and so am I. I'll chart my life upon the ways of miracles seen every day. My ship will never run aground.
you, Denise. And thank you for agreeing to sing so much today. And that was kind of a last-minute thing I had an inspiration for, so thank you. I know that you all enjoyed that. And thank you for being willing to do that. So now is our opportunity to come together as we say our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. As light, I illumine my world. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. As love, I live empathy, understanding, and compassion. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. As power, I co-create a world of love, unity, and equality for all. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. As presence, I stand in truth in every circumstance. Wherever we are, God is. Amen. And now stand as we come together in our closing song, Love Can Move the World.